Skyblock is one of the most popular Minecraft challenges of all time. But when I played it the last time, over 5 years ago, I didn't really know too much about the game's mechanics. I thought iron was just not accessible, even though you can get it from zombies, which I didn't know because I had no idea how to make a mob farm. Since then, I became familiar with the technical side of the game, and I began to ask myself how far I could get in Skyblock if I started all over again. What could you achieve on this small pile of dirt with only a few other resources? Let's find out. I ended up going with Dr. Trog's Skyblock map, since that seems to be the most popular one. For this episode, I set myself a few goals. I wanted to build a mob farm. I also wanted to get 2 villages so I can breed them later, and also find a way to get more dirt than what we have on the starting island. With those goals in mind, I logged onto the world. When I spawned in, I saw a few different islands, but they aren't important yet. What is important are the resources I have right now. 10 obsidian for a nether portal, a glowberry for food, although I kinda just ignored it and jumped off the map whenever I was hungry, a sea pickle, a piece of sugarcane, and more importantly, an ice block, a lava bucket, and a tree. You probably know this part. Mine the tree, get a pickaxe, break the ice on a block to create water, and place lava like this to create a cobblestone generator. Great, we have infinite access to blocks. Normally you would then bridge to other islands or expand the starter island, but when the chest caught on fire, I realized that I could straight up go into the nether right now. So I placed some wood to ignite the portal, and yeah, the nether is pretty useless right now. But we did get a ruin portal with 2 gold blocks, which will be important later, and some other islands in the distance, including a nether fortress island. But we don't need any of this at the moment, so I went back into the overworld to work on our first project, a mob farm. We needed some water for it, so I bridged over to the swamp island, which had water on it and allowed me to create an infinite water source. Slight problem, we need a lot of cobblestone, so I ended up getting a full chest of it, which took absolutely forever. I also needed a lot of trapdoors, so I made a simple little tree farm, chopped the wood I needed, and got to work. Since there are no caves in this world, this farm will work way faster than in a normal world. This farm would allow us to get some important mob drops like bones, string, and rotten flesh, but it has another use. Occasionally, a zombie villager will fall down, which we could cure if we had a golden apple and a weakness potion. I already got a few apples from the wood gathering. As for the gold, I made a low-end zombie piglin farm that would slowly get us the golden nuggets we needed. But then I remembered the gold blocks in the ruin portal. So I made an iron pickaxe using the iron I got from the zombies in the mob farm, and got those instead. The weakness potion is another story. To get one, we need a brewing stand, blaze powder, bottles of fermented spider eye, and gunpowder. And that's where things went in a weird direction. I decided to bridge to the fortress because of the blaze rods I needed, but I ended up finding something way more interesting. Turns out the end portal was just sitting here. There were no blazes spawning, so I thought the only way to get a brewing stand would be from the end city. Basically, I ended up preparing for the ender dragon and jumped in. I got a lot of arrows and bows from the mob farm, so this ended up being very easy. I went to the outer end and found an end city with a ship very quickly. I also got some other really good stuff, but if I suddenly used an elytra and shulker boxes, it would ruin the early game. So I put it in a chest for later and decided to only use the brewing stand, the potions, and 1 shulker box for now. And as exciting as that was, all the stuff I got is useless. I still need blaze powder and there was no indication of blazes spawning on the fortress island. So I thought of an alternative to weakness potions and I found something. Weakness potions. Yep, we're still going down this road, but different. Witches can sometimes throw weakness potions, which can give villagers weakness as well. So I waited for witches to spawn and began the process of curing the villagers. It took a while to get this right, but eventually the witch threw a weakness potion and I was able to get 2 villagers. Also the entire island burnt down. But it's fine because we made progress. We got villagers, we got a good source of mob drops, and we have completed most of our goals. The only one remaining is getting more dirt. Well, actually, we are about to make a lot of progress, so I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.